number of veterans living here in the tri-state are from the Vietnam War. It's a group of veterans who didn't receive large parades and pats on the back when they came home. Despite that, a woman in Goshen is making sure her brother's sacrifice gives kids the gift of an education while keeping his memory alive.
At the base of this flagpole at Goshen High School sits a reminder etched in stone.
Bruce wasn't just a Marine. He was a very special, devoted son and the best big brother I could have ever asked for.
Linda Griffin says growing up, Bruce saw two paths in life, be a cowboy or a Marine.
Cowboy didn't work out. We didn't have a horse or anything, so he went into the Marines. He hitchhiked from our home in Woodville Pike to the federal building in Cincinnati and brought the recruiter back. He was only 17, so he begged my dad to sign for him to go in the United States Marine Corps.
She says reluctantly her father agreed. Bruce Griffin served with pride in the Corps, traveled too, eventually ending up in our nation's capital in the Honor Guard.
That was where he was going to do the rest of his term.
Or so the family thought. The family would soon get a surprise visit from Bruce.
We're like, well, why are you home? This isn't right. You shouldn't be, you're not on leave. And he said, well, I volunteered to go to Vietnam.
It was 1966. The Vietnam War was in full swing, and Linda says her mom had a pit in her stomach.
He turns around and he tips his hat at us and gets on the plane. And then we go back to the car, and my mother is bawling and says, we have lost Bruce. We will never see him alive again.
That was on May 12th. Just 9 days later, her mother's intuition would come true.
The Marine car pulled in our driveway, and I heard my mom screaming and crying.
Fast forward to today, and Linda Griffin and the community are brewing up scholarships in Bruce's name.
So 9 years, you've been able to give more than $50,000?
Yes.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
She paid for those scholarships on her own for years and eventually turned to fundraisers. And even customers' tips at the Goshen Grind Coffee Shop have helped fund some of the Bruce Griffin Memorial scholarships.
There were several people that, my uncle was in Vietnam, my dad was in Vietnam, and they tipped a little extra.
As for the monument honoring her brother Bruce and 5 other local men who died in Vietnam, Linda hopes it serves as a critical reminder.
I hope they think about the price of freedom. It is not free, and that the young men were about their age that sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice.
By the way, the scholarships Linda provides range from $500 up to $1,000 each, depending on the amount of donations received throughout the year. And as a side note here, for those of you who served in the Vietnam War, I'd just like to say, welcome home. If you ever have a veteran-centered story in your community, let me know about it. Just email homefront@wcpo.com.
Well done.